Victoria Beckham reveals the dark time that nearly broke her in Candid new Netflix documentary. Victoria Beckham has peeled back the layers of her famously polished image, opening up about what she calls a dark time in her life, a period that almost shattered her emotionally and financially. In her new 3-part Netflix documentary, Victoria Beckham, the fashion designer and former Spice Girl, reflects on the immense pressure she faced while trying to rescue her struggling fashion label, and how close she came to losing it all. "I almost lost everything," she admits. "I used to cry before going to work every day because I felt like a firefighter. It was like a snowball rolling down a mountain. We were millions of pounds in the red. I didn't know what to do, and I was desperate to save this business I cared so deeply about. Honestly, I felt like I was breaking down." According to Victoria, 51, her husband David Beckham often stepped in to help, even bailing out her brand with a reported £30 million at one point, something that added quiet strain to their marriage. "Yes, I was going home to my husband, but I was also going home to my business partner," she explains. "I had to talk to him about it, he was invested. And I hated that. I absolutely hated it." Even David, 50, admits the financial turmoil left him shaken. "I was panicked because I never saw anything coming back," he confides. "Eventually, I thought, this can't continue," turning the tide. The dark days, however, are now firmly behind her. In August, Victoria Beckham Holdings reported a 22% growth over the previous year, marking a triumphant turnaround. "I was constantly told I wasn't good enough as a child and even as a young adult," she reflects. "So I'm proud of what I've achieved, but success came at a steep personal cost." Victoria also opens up about her long-hidden battle with an eating disorder during her Spice Girls years, a time when she felt powerless over her own life. "I could control my weight, and I was doing it in an incredibly unhealthy way," she confesses. "When you have an eating disorder, you become very good at lying. I was never honest about it with my parents. I never spoke about it publicly." A different side to Victoria, PR expert and talent agent Dermot McNamara tells OK! that the new Netflix series marks a clear turning point for the star. "We're seeing a very different side to Victoria," he notes. "She's finally letting the mask slip. For years she's been seen as this unshakable, picture-perfect woman, but this time we see the battles she's fought behind the scenes. She's refreshingly honest about the sacrifices she's made to reinvent herself, from pop star to designer. Love, family, and rediscovery." The documentary also offers rare insight into Victoria's personal life, including her early romance with David. "I was never the girl who dreamt of getting married or having kids," she reveals. "It wasn't until I met David that those things even occurred to me. I'd never felt that kind of connection before." David recalls falling for her instantly. "When I met Victoria, I couldn't find one thing I didn't like about her, not one," he laughs. "I mean, I could find a few now. But back then, she was this mythical person. I wanted everyone to know I was dating Posh Spice. Within 2 years, we were married with a baby." McNamara highlights how David's steadfast presence remains at the heart of her story. "Their bond shines through it all," he observes. "After everything said about their marriage over the years, they seem stronger than ever. They've become each other's anchors, and Victoria's finally showing that softer side." Brooklyn, Harper, and Finding Balance. Although the series doesn't directly address the rumored rift with eldest son Brooklyn, he and his wife Nicola make a brief appearance at Victoria's Paris Fashion Week show. The spotlight, instead, goes to daughter Harper, who sweetly tries to teach her mother a few dance moves. The documentary balances heavy confessions with moments of humor, especially when Victoria addresses her reputation as the miserable one who never smiles. I've looked miserable for years because when we pose on red carpets, David always stands on the left, she quips. I only smile from my left side. If I do it from the right, I look unwell. So I'm smiling on the inside, but no one ever sees it. A year's worth of therapy, McNamara believes the docuseries captures a pivotal moment of transformation. Victoria's been through private heartache, especially with the distance between her and Brooklyn, but instead of retreating, she's becoming more open than ever, he says. She's done trying to prove herself. Now she just wants to be real. For Victoria, the process has been unexpectedly healing. It's like I've had a year's worth of therapy, she admits with a smile. I went into this as a control freak and came out a reformed control freak. Quote,